everyone. Welcome back to another Greeny and Craig stream. We're bringing it to you 3 times a week now. It's time to be consistent. It's time to lock in. I see only 150 people live here. You guys are the true believers of crypto. You're around when the times are tough, when it's bearish, and that's the best time to be around because you are locked in for when the times get euphoric once again. Craig, how are you today, mate? It's great to see you again.
Hello, Greeny. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good to be here. Yeah, like Greeny said, we will do 3 times a week moving forward. Streaming on Abstract, X, YouTube, friggin' Mars, so everywhere. So, yeah, GMGM again. And nice to see Bitcoin.
It is, mate. I love to see. Now, I'll bring this up shortly. The bounce was perfect. We nailed it in GTG as well, guys. A very simple just fib extension target to the downside, and it bounced from that area. I was expecting us to maybe hit the previous all-time high at about 74K, but we quite didn't get there. Now, really interestingly, I think we will be looking for some shorts actually as maybe a hedge heading into later today. So that's a bit of alpha from GTG there, guys. But Craig, I mean, it is good to see. Like BTC's up 5%, Solana's up 6%, Ethereum lagging 3.5% positive. Altcoins have absolutely rallied today. Tower's up 16%, Sui's up 7%. Render's up 10%, Near's up 8%, so it's been good. Memecoins, oh my god, Giga is up 40%, Filecoin's up 17%, wow. And Pepe's up 12%. So bit of a green relief day, Craig. Love to see it. Love to see it.
Yeah, that'll make everyone feel pretty good, from it's so over to we're so back today. So I'm going to guess, Greeny, if we look at the levels, you're going to say something like we're trading in a range or that we're going to hit our head somewhere at 83.
Yeah, I'll bring it up. I'm going to say we're not even in the range. We are still technically, I would still say it's more of a bearish sort of area, right? Like we are technically still like, if we look previously, like the range was lost back here. Okay, like it's pretty clear. I wonder if I have it on one of my other charts. Yeah, like this one here it's pretty clear that we broke out of this range. The swing low to the swing high of the extension of that range had a target of about 76.3. We traded it, as I showed you on this chart here. We managed to get in here in GTG. Shout out to Aussie for his couple, and I'm in the Solana trade. So it's been good, but just chatting to Sexy this morning, it looks like we might be looking for some shorts, like maybe not yet. I mean, that's the daily, but yeah, we are reaching areas where you want to see it start to take out low time frame highs. Otherwise, it's still the trend is to the downside. Like we still have lower highs there. Like if you look at that consistently, so I think it's lock in for some volatility in terms of probably not seeing a reversal anytime soon. I don't think this is going to be your massive V-shaped recovery where you go like this and you back up into the range of 90K, 100K. It's just not going to happen, right? We have lots of macro conditions like we discussed yesterday. We have a lot of crypto conditions that are still very up in the air with a lot of regulation discussions, in terms of ETF discussions, in terms of adoption. We've got manipulation at the highest order with Trump. He's just a puppet at the end of the day. So lots going on, but I do think I still am bullish. Like I wake up at the moment, my bias is still bullish. I think we have a great year ahead of us in the crypto land. I think we're just going to have to see a bit of patience and see a bit of sideways price action. We might go lower. I think we could easily head, like if you do look on higher time frames, we have, there's a big drop from where we're in no man's land. We are literally trading in no man's land. We have never spent more than 2 weeks at this range, and even then we blasted through it. So we're in no man's land. So until we maybe either get back up to here or we head back down into sort of this region here, which we do have a history of trading in, okay? So that would be the high 60s into low 70s. That still remains my target. So this is a relief bounce, moving stop losses to break even. And pretty much I've taken quite a fair amount of profit in each BTC and Sol so far. I mean, if we bounce up higher, so be it. I'd rather be conservative. I think at this point in time, like we discussed yesterday, it's not the time to we're seeing a massive bounce like we just spoke about before with altcoins and memecoins, but I think it's just a relief bounce. I don't think, if you look at Giga, look where it's bounced from, just absolutely nowhere.
You got to zoom in, Greeny, on days like this, man. You can't zoom out. God forbid. You got to zoom right in.
But look, it did bounce off or maybe not on the monthly or weekly. It did, but that's what I mean. A lot of meme coins and altcoins are down at their levels, like their absolute low levels. I want to see strength. Like I've said, I've been publicly saying this for a while. I want to see strength in BTC, in majors, in ETH, and Solana before I consider getting more allocation to some of these meme coins and altcoins, I suppose, as well. So yeah, I think that's like we discussed that at length yesterday. But I mean, it's great to see like total crypto market cap still below the pivotal area for me. That's a big one as well. If you look at this, like this doesn't look good. It doesn't look like a reversal yet. There's not a lot of strength there. It looks like we probably head lower. So yeah, whether this is deviation above the whole range, okay, that's not good. Would be the sort of thing. This is what I mean. You've got to be. So many people, Craig, I think in crypto, don't prepare themselves for the worst. They only prepare themselves for the best situation, and so they get absolutely let down when the market goes down, because markets can't always go up. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. Okay, and so if you are prepared for both the down scenario and the up scenario, then you're going to be way less emotion is going to be in your trades, and you're going to be massively prepared for opportunities when they do arise, like we are currently getting one. And I know you've been buying Bitcoin, and I've been buying Bitcoin, Craig. Is your thesis pretty much the same as mine at this point of time?
Yeah, I'm not overly. I mean, I'm bullish overall. Yes. Sorry, I'm macro bullish, micro bearish. I'm the same as you. I think just going by the charts, I think we probably crashed sideways for a while. Like you just explained perfectly, total crypto market cap looks like it still go a bit lower, or there's not a massive bounce there yet. Same with Bitcoin. Nice. It is a nice bounce, but like you said, more of a relief bounce. Interesting enough, like you said, good to see meme coins get a bounce and to see a little bit of love for memes. What's it? Pepe's 12, Mog's 12 as well, which is nice. Go Mog. But once again, zooming out, 12% relief bounce isn't great when you're 90% exactly. Down.
Like, look, this.
So, you're only 78% down now. So yeah, look, it's great. It's great to see green, man. When I woke up this morning, like I said, it's that time of the run where I'll wake up and take a pee, man, and I'll check the charts every time. I can't help myself. And I did see some green. So I saw Bitcoin go to 83, 83 and a half. And I was like, oh, nice one. But just like you, man, I'm pretty much to the frame of mind that, well, just prepared myself that if it goes down, it could still crash down. Well, not crash down from here, but still see high 60, 69 prior all-time high. I put in a post yesterday. I wouldn't be surprised to see that. That's a pretty key level as well. Do I want to see that level? Not especially, dude. I'd love to just see mid-70s hit like we've had and V-shape out of here. But the V-shape's not happening right now. Not strongly. Not super strong. It's not a giga candle back into 89, which would put us back in that range.
Yeah.
89K. So like you said, we're below the range, and until we get back above that range, which was about 89,000 to 109,000 from memory, we're probably going down.
I agree. I am keen to look for some shorts later today, as I just said. I'm just looking at charts right now from Sexy. I think it's not a bad area to look for some shorts. I think if you're a trader like us, opportunities like this come often, and you got to be ready to long and short the market. So yeah, I know we got lots to discuss. Obviously, Abstract XP just came out again, so I'll talk to Craig about that. Yaps is still a consistent thing that I want to talk about. We briefly discussed it yesterday, but we'll get to that as well. But where do you want to start? Do you want to start with the Abstract today, Craig?
Yeah, let's go Abstract. Yeah, I didn't go so well, Greenie.
Yeah, I got 200 XP. What?
250. I don't know, man. What have you been doing while I
think I streamed and I don't even know. I don't think I did anything outside the normal. So maybe it's because I bought Pengu. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you got a little bonus for that. I mean, I streamed once with you yesterday. That would have counted.
Yeah, it would have counted. So I changed my PFP to Greenie Abs and from the Pengu. So yeah, so officially am now a Pengu 2 holder. I think that's it was about like we said yesterday. Has Pengu actually pumped today? Yeah, it's up. It's up 11%. So now the buy. Let's go.
Man.
So yeah, I'm up to, this was about $5,000. This was about 500. So I assume that's 50 grand if you wanted to get to 9 million Pengu. So yeah, I mean, I was pretty happy with that. I was like, look, $5,000 to add a bit of XP, like enjoy extra XP on your tier. It's probably not a bad hold. So as you can see here, I get 12% by being an elite chat in the Abstract Discord. You can't qualify for Giga Chat or elite chat anymore. However, you probably could consider picking up a pudgy penguin or a little pudgy if you wanted to. Now, Clemente actually put out a really good post this morning or last night, maybe in American time. Let me find it. He really broke down the analytics of pudgy penguins, and I do kind of agree with the take. I think it's not a bad time to consider it in terms of like USD, right? They're at what, 17,000 US, which is like the lowest they've seen since December 2023. Now, the trouble is, like, they might run into abstract, but at this stage, they are just like we've spoken about previously. They're just an XP boost on the platform. They aren't necessarily going to get an airdrop separately to that. So that probably is maybe a bearish case in them not going as high as they did for Pengu, right? In terms of the floor. Mm-hmm. Now, what I still think is that they probably run up as abstract TG maybe gets a little bit more announcement, a bit more hype. People start getting information about it, whatever it is. I do think people go, oh, well, hold on, I can earn some XP quick last minute over the last couple of weeks of abstract. Maybe I should buy a little pudgy. Maybe I should buy a big pudgy. So I'm definitely interested at these prices. Whether, like I just said, like my bear case scenario is that they don't actually see any love in terms of floor because they don't directly get access to the airdrop, Craig. I don't know what's your take on them currently.
Look, so they don't qualify for a drop exclusively. You've got to use them to earn.
It's unknown. But right now you get 7.5% boost as a little pudgy holder or 50% boost as a big pudgy holder. With
what do you get? What do you get for holding the tokens?
It is unknown, actually. If you look at here as well, it says they don't give you a boost, but it says they enjoy extra XP every week based on your tier. So I assume also, Craig, they probably have some sort of gamification of that in terms of how many people actually hold it at each tier. And if there's less people holding at each tier, you probably get more XP during that week. And so me picking up some Pengu yesterday was probably a really good time because a lot of people probably have been selling for quite a while.
Yeah, I agree. I think the better play is what you did yesterday and buy the tokens. They're more liquid. You don't have to worry about if you buy. I mean, you could just buy a floor pudgy, but I don't know, man. I'd rather. I mean, what was it yesterday? $500 to get the lowest tier. That's. I mean, I should have bought it yesterday. I just didn't out of, I guess, laziness enough to clean my house. But I think that was a good buy by you yesterday. You got it probably what I'd say close-ish to the bottom. So your downside risk isn't great. Look at that. When we
it was at this low,
So great entry. I'm the same as you. I'm actually going to pick up some of the coins, some of the tokens, and even though we don't know exactly what it'll give us, I'm okay with that. I mean, for that $500 for me, that tier there is a no-brainer. I think it's not much commitment, and for someone like me and you that we stream 2, 3, 4, 5 times weekly, that little investment might actually add up to quite a lot.
Exactly, and like that's what I think. And like you say, Craig, you're liquid. You can get out quick. You can farm XP for when you want to farm XP, and you've timed them pretty much. Like if you think utility-based tokens come back, which Pengu has utility, right? You can earn extra XP on abstract. Until the abstract comes around, then likely, it's very unlikely that this does have utility, unless there's some other utility in the future. We're not sure. Yeah. But if you look at this chart, like you have a lot more upside potential. Sure, the downside potential, it could still go to 0. It could still go down another 90%. Don't get me wrong. But you're buying after it has gone down 90%, right? So why, like you said, $500 or $5,000. Like I was like, look, $5,000, like I've just got 50 in stables on Sol. I was like, look, I could probably just put $5,000 into that. Like that. Worst case scenario, I earn a bit of XP, I get a bigger airdrop, and I lose maybe a couple grand on that $5,000. Okay, so be it, tax write-off. I then get an airdrop, and I probably break even, if not make more.
Yeah, I agree. And this time in the market, what's going sideways, and if you and me have been speaking, and we were saying maybe we'll see an all-time high for Bitcoin now, Q3, Q4. You sort of start to think, well, what can I do to earn money in between this period, the sideways time, it could be 3-4 months. What are you going to do to earn? Well, you're probably not going to earn in spot. Leverage trading, sure. That might not be for everybody's risk tolerance or skill level. So a really, I think, easy way of farming at the moment is, and you and I talk about this all the time, is obviously connecting yaps, because then you just post as you normally do, grow your X. And I understand not everyone out here is going to be a content creator. Sure,
or have the time. Or have the time.
Or have the time. But one thing I can say about content creation, not that I'm any sort of guru, but I've found personally when I write my threads, I actually learn a lot. So when I wrote that double top theory yesterday, you've got to sit back, look at the charts, go back to 21. It made me relive a lot of the moments of 21 as well. So it was interesting. So I think sometimes it's good to go back, even if it's just a journal entry. It kind of feels like that, right? And you go back and you're feeling the emotions. I think that's probably something, even if you're not a content creator, making yourself write those threads, even if you don't publish them, I think can be good, because it gets you back. It gets you in a certain kind of mindset that you wouldn't get in unless you put pen to paper, for lack of a better word. So I find that quite useful. So I learn when I write those. So for me, writing those pieces actually probably does more for me than probably anyone reading it, to be honest. And if it does more for everyone else, great. But I certainly get a lot out of it. And speaking of that, I had, with that double top theory, I had quite a good response for me. I had a few people say, that's not happening. But I think what people perhaps don't understand or greeny about it is, I'm not saying that is what's going to happen. I'm just saying that's one scenario that I'm looking at that could play out. So it's not like I'm going to start. That's not why, I'm not staying on the hill saying this is my fight. This is what's happening. We could see a V-shaped recovery, and that double top would not happen at all. Or we could just go to bear market.
But it's one scenario that you need to be prepared for it. I think it was a great take, and we discussed it literally yesterday on stream.
It's just one take. Could go another. I think there's probably another 2 likely scenarios. There's probably 3 likely scenarios for me: bear market, V-shaped recovery, or that double top. That's my main. So really, by me writing that down, or by thinking this through, the reason why I'm more doing it is, like you said earlier, I plan for each scenario. So I'm now starting to think, if price goes here, what do I do? If price goes here, what do I do? And you hit the nail on the head. It's easy to plan for when price goes up. It's really hard to not plan for when price goes down, but it's hard to execute when price goes down because of fear, emotion. So if you can make a plan of what you're going to do if price dumps, you'll find by the time the moment comes where it does dump, you've almost lived it already. In your head, it's like taking shots with a basketball, but you don't throw a basketball. You just, in your mind, at night, you're like this, over and over. And that tends to improve your skills. Same with this. Feel what it's going to be like if it goes to 69. Feel it, think it through, tell yourself what you're going to do. And if and when it happens, bam, you go autopilot, no emotions. And that's what I find the best way to trade. You've got to try and remove emotion. Best way to do that is
I couldn't agree more. Like, if you do look, we have hit some key levels. We hit FEGs on the monthly and the weekly. We hit the mid-range of the swing low to the all-time high, swing high. But MACD still heavily pivoted to the downside. So whilst there's a lot of interest across the market, whilst there's a lot of bullish catalysts, ETFs, buybacks, blah, 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 we're not out of the woods just yet. And as you said, you got to prepare for multiple scenarios to occur. And like Craig said, we could literally do what we did way back here. Okay, break down, trend sideways here for a couple months, and then break back up. And we might not even set a new all-time high. It might be like this. Okay, it might be like that. And
and I am prepared for that with the next all-time high, the double top, as you saw in 21. It went from 64K to 69. So it was only a 5K. So I remember that well. And I was actually annoyed because I held so fucking long through that period. And I remember telling my mate he was trading as well, and he was into futures. And unfortunately, he was right more than I was right. And he was like, nah, this is going lower for a long time. And I was like, no, it's not. We're going to V-shape. And we didn't. And then when it was pumping, I was like, see, I told you. And it only went $5,000 higher. And I was like, fuck, I held for 5 months just to squeeze out that. Admittedly, alts went pretty crazy. There's other things that happened. But just from a pure Bitcoin perspective, not the best. It wasn't the best time.
Okay, so I'll ask you this question. Do you think you sell your Bitcoin at those levels? Like, what's your plan? If we get back to 100K, are you selling some? And I'll start. I own one Bitcoin and my Punk. Pretty much a little bit of Solana on chain. That's about it. Oh, well, I bought some Penguin, right? That's literally everything. Everything else is in stables or on futures exchanges trading for me every single day. Do I sell my Bitcoin? I would sell my Bitcoin if it gets to 150 to 200K. I think I would sell half of it. I'd sell half of it at that level because at that stage, you got to think in Australian dollar terms too. Like that's 100. That's over 6 figures in Australia. That's nearly 200. I don't know. Is that 200 grand? What would? It's 1.6, right? So 1.6 times say 150,000 is 240,000. So it'd be 120,000 for half of a Bitcoin. At that stage, so I'm like, well, like that could be a house deposit. That's where I go, okay, maybe it's time to reconsider some of that and then buy back in the bear cycle again, and just be happy with holding half a BTC. My Punk, unless Punks go to like 200, 250, again, I'm probably not going to sell. That's again my target, probably 200, 250-ish. I'm in from about 90-ish. I think they're at like 75-ish, maybe a little bit higher now. That's probably my thesis there. When do I buy back altcoins? When I see more strength. When I see strength from crypto in general, when I see strength from Bitcoin specifically, because at the end of the day, and a lot of people get this wrong. They're like, oh, look, Pengu's up 12% or Giga's up 40%. Bro, it's not. It's up 40% after being down 90%, but Bitcoin hasn't turned around yet. And if Bitcoin goes lower, Giga's going to go down another 80%. So it's like you need to be prepared for situations like that, Craig. Until we see strength, then you should be trading low time frames. You should be trading aggressively, taking profit, moving stop loss to break even, all those standard practices, because that's what I think. So would you sell? And then we'll answer that question in the chat too about Doodles and Jirison too. I want to talk about those two because they are on the horizon with tokens. What's your situation, Craig? Like I believe you probably have more Bitcoin than that. I don't know. Is yours longer term horizon? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, mine's shorter. So I'm actually different to you, which is, I guess, good for the listeners. I'm going for smaller scalps here. So I will exit pretty aggressively at current, all-time high again, 109. In fact, I'll front run 109, so probably 107, 105, something around there. When I say exit aggressively, I'll probably take 30% off the table of my total Bitcoin. And that's just from me eating quite aggressively from 85 to 76. So I know that's not a massive percentage jump, but what about 30%? I'm happy to take that 30% because what I actually put in aggressively here was about 20% of my profits I've taken through the bull run. So I do want that back. Like I do, you know what I mean? That profit that I put back in, that's not to I don't really want to take that through the bear. I want that back, and I want that back as soon as possible. In other words, it's kind of like my baby that I want back, right? As I've given it away a little bit, and I want 30%. I want it to be 30% heavier when I take it back. So I'm not going for massive percentages, but rather also, I guess to answer your question, I will scale out probably about 30% at all-time high. And then another 30% at about I feel like when Bitcoin hits about 125 to 130K, man, I'll start to get pretty itchy fingers to click sell. I think I'll sell probably 70% of my bag there. This is why I'm going through those scenarios at the moment, so I don't have to fumble my way through this explanation because already this is taking too long. But you know what I mean? So you can see I've got work to do. But at about 125K, man, I want to be probably 70% out.
Okay, I like that. Like, look, crypto's changed.
So it's pretty cowardly, but I'm not taking.
Look, crypto's changed our lives. We work full time in this space. We're not going anywhere. But you got to take profits. You got to realize those gains. You got to pay the taxes. I have finally, like, shout out to Crypto Tax Made Easier. They finally sorted all my shit out, and now I've sent it to my other accountant. So then I'll finally know my bill. My bill will be not nice, I don't think. So, and that's my 23, 24 bill. So let's not even talk about my 2020.
I know, dude. I know. I've still got my 23, 24 to work. In fact, I'm still currently paying off my 22 to 23.
I know.
Fuck. So I'm getting letters from the tax department going, remember to do your next one. I'm like,
it's just wild to think about. It's wild to think about. So no, shout out to those guys. Both my accountants, absolute legends. Shout out to Zenica for the recommendation of both of them. But yeah, so finally I'll have those off my, like, it's not like they're weighing on my shoulders, but I'm sure indirectly they're probably like, I probably still go to sleep going, look, we've got X amount in the bank account. I just like, I don't even care if it loses a third of that. I just want to get out of my debt so that I know that is the cash I'm dealing with. I can now pay myself more than I have. Like I literally, we have been like, because we haven't been working a lot. Like I've been working crypto. My wife hasn't gone back to work yet. So it's like, we haven't been having a lot of money, and then we've moved houses. We've had to get a few things. So just, I can't wait to have the tax bill off my shoulders, because then I'll be able to go, okay, now I can make better decisions, maybe with the punk, with the BTC. Like we're positioned fine. It's just like, I've been so stringent because I know my tax bill could be a lot of money. It could be a lot of money.
Yeah, that's right. And you don't want to, you sort of want the tax money out of there, because otherwise you may be spending money that's not yours. And obviously probably the worst people to owe money to is the government that I know of. So I'm like you, it's sort of a thing that plays in your subconscious as well, that over time can actually wear you down, things like that. So I'm a pretty big procrastinator, man. I've been well known to do that throughout my life. If you spoke to my close friends and family, you probably makes them pull their hair out. But one of the things I've sort of got a lot better with crypto is learning not to avoid work that's irritating or annoying, because it actually can cost you financially quite heavily. So it's good you're doing that, and I'm working my way through it now as well. And it does suck to pay tax, but we are in Australia. It's pretty safe. It's a good country. So unfortunately, someone's got to pay the piper. And if you're not paying the government, you're paying the mafia or someone. So fuck, might as well, look, someone's getting paid,
so
right?
Many people, Craig, I'd love to hear your situation, but like, or your response more so. And just the two targets I got here are just simple fib extensions, guys, of BTC. So the first one was just a swing low that we saw in March last year to the swing bottom in August last year, and that gave us 113, okay, as a target, 113K. And then the swing high, the all-time high to the all-time low of this cycle, so 2021 to the bottom in 2022, that would give us a target of 156. So again, very reasonable targets. I think if crypto turns around, if global liquidity comes to fruition, then we could see it potentially get to those sort of in that range. Is probably where I do think price could get to if it is proper macro bullish conditions again. Now, the question I want to ask you is, a lot of people always say, Greeny, why don't you move to Dubai? Why don't you move to a tax-friendly country and pay no tax at all, and that way you can save hundreds of thousands of dollars, that sort of stuff. And I'm like, you don't understand what it's like to live in a beautiful country like Australia. You're away from friends and family. I would happily pay tax, because we know that predominantly in this country, the tax goes to the right things, okay? Infrastructure of roads, safety, laws, blah, 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 blah. Sure, tax rate in Australia is some of the highest in the world. But in the same capacity, we live in a very good country if you dumb it down a lot. Now, it's a very expensive country, don't get me wrong, and you can compare that to some of the most expensive countries in the world, like Norway, Iceland, like all those probably Scandinavian countries, some other European countries, but Canada's another one. But it's just, I love this country. So, and after traveling last year and visiting nearly 30 countries, guys, I was like, look, yeah, Australia is home. It'll always be home. That's probably where I want to live. I'm happy to pay my bills to live in the country that I love.
Yeah, same as me. I'm like you. I've traveled around, as some people know, born in South Africa, then to New Zealand, then traveled Europe, did the same trip you did, very similar anyway. And coming back to Australia, I've always found quite nice, just from the point of view, you're safe. Taxi drivers aren't going to drive you out somewhere out to the middle of nowhere and hijack you, say something like Mexico, something like that. I've had mates go and buy cigarettes in the morning in Mexico, and they got put in the back of a ute with guys with guns, man, and driven around and told to go draw money out from an ATM and shit. So that's pretty fucking wild for me. So I'm not up for that, really. Also, I've got a kid. So going to Dubai isn't really a great idea for me. They've, different religion. They've got Ramadan, things like that. When I've traveled to Dubai before, when Ramadan was on and I couldn't drink, it was like 40 degrees and you can't eat or drink during sunlight, it's during daylight. So I remember crossing the road and I went to have a sip of water and I got yelled at and shit like that. So, I don't want to be walking with my kid in a 40-degree day, trying to have a sip of water and I get yelled at. Not really, man. I had cops following me with food to the toilet. I had cops. I ordered some food, and they knew I was going to do the sneaky. And I actually went to the toilet to eat the food in the stall, and they followed me. And both of them followed me and stood outside the stall, man. So I didn't eat, and I had to catch a cab back to the hotel to eat the food
That's
to then go
wild.
back to the mall.
That's wild.
This isn't a mall. So yeah, I had cops following me with a hamburger, man. So yeah, I'm not saying they were going to do anything too bad to me, but Jesus, man, it gets pretty scary when cops are following you.
In a foreign country too, where the language.
Yeah, and I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like,
Yeah.
you know, so I understand they take that shit seriously, sure enough. But sometimes as a tourist, you can just make an innocent mistake, man, and get in trouble. So anyway, I like Australia. I think good for bringing kids up. The weather here is great. The beach is good. Yes, it's expensive. I guess the answer to that is make more money. There's no point when you just make more money.
Yeah. Jordan and GTG this morning shared a video of a guy that asked politicians about the immigration problem in our country.
Yeah,
bro, that hits some hard points, and they have no idea, they have every idea, but they don't care because they're part of the 10% top wealthiest in the country. They don't care; they can afford it. But this fella's working 2 jobs, has a young family, being priced out of Sydney, being priced out of his new place. He's going to be homeless, and it's just like that's literally like on our horizon for a lot of us Aussies right now. Like my rent, it will go up in this house. Sure, it's a bigger house. I acknowledge I'm paying more rent, but it's about to go up $90, which is what that's more than that's like 15%. I think I'd have to do some math, but let me just work it out. It's about to go up $90. Yeah, it's about 12%, 12.2%. That's a 12.2% increase from what it was over the past year into the next year. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. But I wanted to rent first because I was like, look, I want to make sure we like it up here. Wife can get a job. We like the region, blah, blah, blah. And then, okay, maybe we look to buy a place at the end of this year into next year. So that's the goal. I think I would love to be I put a tweet out yesterday because, I mean, dealing with the old real estate too. Oh, my God. So it's just like, I don't want to, like, in case people watch, but it's just like,
yeah, they want to keep
it's just
your bond
they're like commenting on a few things. I'm like, okay, one, did you read the entry report? Because we literally said light fittings were dirty, photo attached, and they go, hey, the light fittings were dirty. I'm like I'm out here doing my job at a reasonable professional rate. Like at least you could double check the comments and see what it says, and then so some other things as well. So I mean. It is annoying
with that shit, man.
I can't wait to be on the other side. I've had a few like great friends in the space, some recent people I've met as well, be in my DMs and say, Greeny, like buy a place, make an investment property, all this sort of stuff. I'm like, look, until the wife is working, we probably don't want to do that just yet, over leverage ourselves.
I think you're better to wait, man. Look, the property market's not exactly going anywhere, and I think time's on your side, and I think market forces and that might be on your side to wait, man. But might not. But I think better to wait. See, the main thing is to see if your wife and yourself are happy in the region.
Yeah,
that's so
100%.
Like, you got to tick that box first. Once you've ticked that, then can you financially afford it? Then boom, go down to the property from there. But I think you've got to do it in the right order, man. Property and
I agree. I think it's a lot of unknowns that I don't really know about too. So that's a 20.
I mean, you'll pretty much be buying $1 million punk if you think about it when you buy a house, man. It's going to be 1 to 1. It's going to be $1 million bucks.
So a few commenters yesterday, like over the past week, would be like, Greeny, you bought a punk before you bought a house? I was like, yes.
Well, yeah, it's 1/10 of the price, man. Or not 1. It's probably more, like 1/8, 1/7.
And it's just,
oh, sorry, but that's US dollars.
Like the house deposit amount. We're probably I'm not going to shy away. We'll probably look for a house around the $1 million. But like $1 million is what you pay for in Southeast Queensland. That is the average. Some people like Bookie and GTG was like commenting on our post yesterday about how much does land cost, and like land in Melbourne costs like $600,000. Land up here in like the Sunshine Coast, you can't even buy land in a good spot. Like that's what I mean. People don't understand what it's like for property like here in this country. And again,
the floor price is $1 million on the Gold Coast in Brisbane. It's $1 million starting price.
Yeah, exactly, and that gets you.
But you're going to have to put money in.
And I have mates that went above that in a decent suburb, but their house is 50 years old, 70 years old. It needs to be done up. They have no aircon, they have no fans, they have no insulation. Like it's crazy. So it's like, I mean, if you want something nice these days in Southeast Queensland, it's about 1.5 million. It's like it literally is. And I'm like,
crazy, dude.
How do you get to that? But then also still be liquid and still want to trade and still want to invest. Like it's crazy.
Well, you're not meant to. I don't think you're meant to get to it.
No, well, that's the whole reason.
Not designed for you.
Yeah, banks created loans so that they could make more money, like essentially.
Hey, just on a side note on banks for the listeners out there, for those in Australia, I know a guy who trades Bitcoin OTC, and he's had the banks aggressively go after him, and he's had the banks, he had ANZ contact the exchanges he was with, and had all his exchanges taken down that he was with.
Why?
Because they wanted proof of income and all that.
So is he? How does he earn money? Just trading?
I don't know. I don't know him personally. It's just someone that I've bought Bitcoin OTC with. So he's So basically, I would say he makes his money buying and selling Bitcoin. Obviously, buys low, sells high. Long story short, because ANZ, I'm going to guess people are doing cash deposits. ANZ's flag cash deposits wants to know that where the money's come from, yada yada. But the interesting thing to me was that they contacted the exchanges and had the exchanges take down his account. Now that's a pretty big overreach for me, man. Shut the bank down, but why contact the exchange?
Yeah, that's bizarre. Which exchange was he using?
He got shut down on CoinSpot, and CoinSpot was the one he mentioned to me, and he had ANZ take him. So he got debanked on ANZ, took him down, Westpac took him down, Combank took him down, and NAB took him down, all four, dude.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
Yeah, so banks are going really hard down, stopping your ability to operate with cash with crypto.
I see. So with the OTC deal, do you do that through an exchange or through a different source? And what's your fee?
Hodl was the site.
Okay.
So that's so basically that there's a escrow there to keep you safe. So because in other words, so you don't have to go into because you can transfer. You don't have to cash deposit. You can just use your bank and transfer. It doesn't matter. Yeah. But I'm just saying, it's just interesting. I've noticed that as well with banks. They're getting a lot harder on crypto really quickly. So I wonder if they're actually building infrastructure in the background to handle crypto, and they're now wanting to stop other companies handling the crypto. So I think banks are actually looking to enter now, would be my theory.
I know you can do OTC on CoinSpot and SwiftX as well. What's the fee that you're paying? Because this isn't like for someone like me now who has more wealth in crypto. I was thinking about this the other day. If you're trading altcoins on some of these exchanges, unless you've done the volume already, you're paying like 0.6% or 1%. It depends on which exchange you're on. And I'm like, okay, well, is OTC for like a deal for like even some of the altcoins, like, is it way lower than that? Like, what's your experience with the Bitcoin one?
Oh, yeah. So with the Bitcoin one, you don't, that's interesting. So normally with Bitcoin, depending on the payment method, you're probably paying about if you're a buyer, you're paying about 6 to 10% more than market. So it's not for getting it cheaper. The main reason to use HODL, I dare say, is to avoid KYC.
Yeah.
So you're paying a premium for that.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I mean, I'm so KYC that it's not even worth me trying to probably not be KYC.
For you, the question, I guess what you're asking is, can you get a better deal if you want to go buy a whole heap of OTC Solana?
Yeah.
And someone wants to exit. I don't know what the benefit for the seller would be.
Yeah. Yeah. I suppose not paying a fee.
Open market. Oh, yeah, I see.
Not paying a fee, right? So like, like for example, it's 0.6 on SwiftX. It's 0.1 market for BTC, Sol, and ETH, and a couple others on CoinSpot. So I was like, look, 0.1's pretty good. Like, I don't mind that, but it's still like 0.1. Like, if you're 100 grand at 0.1, that's $1,000, like, isn't it?
And you just burn it.
Is that $100? Yeah. Like, I don't know. I haven't done the math on that. Yeah. It's point. Oh yeah. No, that can't be right. Yeah, it's $1,000. So like, that's what I mean. Like, I mean, it's interesting conversation. And Noji's coming here. Shout out to Noji, absolute follower for a long, long time. Appreciate you, Noji. So you don't have to live in an expensive place. So this is his comment. You can live in a smaller coastal town for much cheaper. It's all a choice. I agree with you, but there's less opportunity, less resources. Australia is a massive country, Noji. I'm not sure where you're from, but like coastal town, sure. I mean, it's great, but again, you could, if you want that lifestyle. I like to be closer to friends and family. I'm still like 2 hours, 3 hours away now from friends and family. But in that capacity, I am in a quieter space. I have to drive 20 minutes half an hour to get to most of the bigger shops and stuff. But if you're going further away from that, it makes it hard because Australia's a massive country, so it's interesting.
Yeah, the coastal town. The coastal town's an interesting one, but once again, your friends and family support network might not be there. And also, if you've got a kid like me, it may not be the best schooling there, and also his friends and family may not be there. So for my 8-year-old to move to coastal town is quite a big upheaval for the family. So that's not really an option for me. I get what you're saying. And to be honest, I guess if money was the issue, then yes, there's decisions sometimes you have to make. So yeah, fair point.
But job opportunities too, right? Like you can't, like you can move to a small coastal town, but then you don't have a job. Like that's
what if you're a teacher and there's only one school there, and everyone stays with that school until they retire because there's no other schools. So if you're a high school teacher, you don't resign because there's no other school to go to, so you just never leave, and then there's no job opportunities. So it's interesting. Maybe you got to get into fishing or something, or I don't know, man. But yeah, small coastal town I'd like one day, but probably not the best time for me right now.
Yeah, no, very fair. All right, well, let's pivot. We discussed abstract. I think it's a great opportunity. I think maybe in tomorrow's live we can explore abstract. I might chuck some money on there as well and start farming a few of those potential badges and other, like I know, is it Myriad, like what's Farouk's platform? Myriad Markets, is that right?
Myriad Markets. I don't know much about that though. Is that... No. What is it?
It's a prediction market on abstract. Yeah. So I think that, I love that sort of shit. Like I love to have a punt, like all that sort of stuff. Survivors on the moment. I put a $25 bet down on the winner because it's always the winner. Whenever those pre-known markets come out, that it's always number one. You do, but like they only put $25. I'm like, oh, whatever. But hey, you still win. It's free money, but. Prediction markets could be fun. It's just you got to find the right one where you have an edge. So that's it. So there you go. Noji says, I live in the sticks in Australia and I've got a kid, moved from Melbourne, both working professionals. There are always jobs and now remote is an option. Yeah, it depends on the remote side. It depends on what you do, what your skills are. A lot of people don't have confidence to move out of an industry that they've worked in for a long period of time. But no, I love to hear, Noji, that it works for you, Legend. I love hearing that.
That's a good story, though. That's, outcome-wise, that's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people, I don't know, I like to be around more people too. Like, that's another thing, like the social aspect of going to the pub and not knowing just 20 people, like knowing a couple, like 100 of people. Like, I don't know, there's just more variety. Like, it depends on what you want in life. I agree. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, some people love isolation. My old man would love to live on a farm and just be a farm guy, like every day. So that's what I mean. That's the sort of stuff that I like to do. So let's pivot to Yaps, Craig. I see you are on my top 20 in my followers over the past 24 hours, mate. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah, look at me, eh? Yeah, look at me. Yeah, I'm top 200 today. Just below Ming the Dirty Dog. You know what I mean, Ming? Value and time on 58. Is he farming at the Dirty Dog? He keeps quiet about that.
He does keep quiet about that.
Tyler D, not far behind. Tyler's content's so fucking good.
Oh, man. Dude, he's killing it with the like.
Three for me. God,
he's a great follow. He's a great follow. Great follow.
You're right. It's so well written. I'm like, how does he do this, man? Like
some of these guys, like someone like Sammy's a fantastic follow. Wales obviously an NFT follow. Fantastic follow. OSF has some great tags. Highly recommended. Value Time's a funny guy. I like him.
Yeah, he's a bit more. What's the word I can use? Not a meme. Yeah, a little bit. Has he been putting out some valuable content? Has he?
I actually don't know. I haven't seen much of his content recently.
I just see the odd meme going up, so I don't know what strings he's pulling. I'm in quite a few group chats with him. I've known him for a long time, so shout out Value and Time. He's a fucking legend.
Yeah, see, I think it's just like Memecoin stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So how's he getting abstract? I'm noticing. By the way, how's those AVAX charts? Eh? Oh,
yeah.
AVAX getting a application for an ETF.
Has it? Wait, was this?
Or I might be talking shit, man. But I read somewhere that's it was a prelude to an ETF, which I'd find quite funny for AVAX. I'm like, fuck, that chart sucked.
I haven't seen it. Maybe it happened during the night.
Yeah, it was. Look, it might have been a clickbaity thing, man. You know how those things go up, and Yeah, it's got. You see, it's not even on your timeline now, so maybe it's gone.
No,
But, the market didn't even respond to it, so it's obviously
still very bearish. Yeah.
now. Forget that. Obviously, the market didn't care
Yeah.
at all.
Meme coins on AVAX. Did you do any of them?
Nah, because the dirty dogs wouldn't let me into the pre-sale, man. So fuck them. I'm over AVAX now, man. The ecosystem can go to zero. I went into a group chat because I'm in this group chat where just about everyone got into the pre-sale because they're pretty decently known. And so I went into the group chat and threw my toys the other day and said, fuck AVAX, fuck Blub, all of it's going to zero. Look at the chart. And then a few people in there got a bit mad at me, telling me to stop being a hater. And then I was like, no, I'm just kidding, man. I'm fucking...
Mate, you need to get me in this group chat. You need to get me in this.
Oh, man, to be honest with you, though, there's not much happening in the group chats these days, man.
True.
You're probably finding the same. Like,
yeah.
In these times of the markets, there's... I did get a filing for an ETF. Chad just wrote. Yeah, but...
Do we have a tweet? Do we have a tweet to confirm that?
Yeah, because the market's just... I thought the chart would have bounced seeing that.
Yeah, not much, eh? Let's have a look.
Like, no...
When did we find out that information?
I saw it yesterday evening. So about 12 hours ago.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the market didn't give a shit.
No. I mean, yeah.
Oh, there's Blood bottomed out. I mean, that's... Yeah. I mean, it's not for me, man. I'm not trading memes at the moment.
I mean, it could run it back. Don't get me wrong. It could be a nice little pump here.
Is anyone out there in the trenches making money? Is there any of the listeners? Can someone shout out if you made I haven't seen any good P&L. Oh, I saw one P&L yesterday. I couldn't believe it. Someone put a P&L up here, so they actually made money on the shitcoin. I didn't even know which one it was, so it's probably all insider. But someone put a P&L up. First one I've seen in a while. So if anyone's making money, let me know. Greenie's just gone offline, I think, as well. I'm all alone. Greenie, come back. Sorry, fam. Greenie, I'm going to guess Greenie's webcam has lost power. And so I can't control the chart. He's writing to me now. Hang on, chat. He's writing to... yeah, I can see him moving. Can't hear you or see you. Can see your chart. Sorry, chat. No, I can't see you either, Greenie. Your camera's gone off. Your camera must have gone dead. I think your camera's gone dead, dude. I'm guessing you're using a secondary camera. Oh,
okay, I think it's over now. Okay, weird that you can't hear me because my microphone is like irrespective of...
Oh, it's different. Yeah, it's not the same thing.
Which is weird because like on video calls, my camera will die, which I think it overheats personally.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's plugged in, the battery, maybe the battery's cool. I don't know. Anyways, I need to look into that. But yeah, it's weird you can't hear me because my mic is completely irrelevant to my camera. So anyways.
Yeah. No, it's all good. It's all working now.
All right, I just posted the Blub chart. Bit of farming engagement is the Blub.
Yeah, you'll get it. You should get some heat for that if it's still, if people are, unless people, you might be a day or two too late, but you would have got massive engagement a couple of days ago. But the Blood people were going off their heads when I was fudding. It was quite funny. I was like, guys, relax. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Okay, so
if you made a bag, all good. And if you didn't sell, you're probably not going to make a bag because look at that.
No.
But I must say, with their pre-sale, I think they got a 50 to 100x out the gate, man.
Wowee.
I'm just jealous. Wow, look at those referral yaps, man.
Slowly. It's taken a while. I think it's because I have to, like, say I referred you, for example. You have to earn a certain amount of yaps before I even get a portion of a referral.
And it does take quite some time to even get.
So if you referred someone like Whale, if you referred Whale, then you'd be printing, right, on referrals. Like Anson probably prints on referrals.
Yeah, I saw that. Funny enough, I saw that. You know that funny account, that Chinese lady, that Wei whatever.
Yeah.
You know that account? She earns quite a lot of yaps, and she's got quite a lot of referral yaps. And I was like, how the fuck did a troll account get heaps of referrals? I'm like, how?
If you're early, dude, you can just you print so much, really. So speaking of this, are you farming any of these pre-TGEs? And do you think season 2 will be a banger or not on this?
I don't know if it'll be a banger. but I think the team so far has moved quite well. So, I think it'll medium rare. I think it could be pretty good. I haven't been farming the TGE at all. Apart from having a bit of a crack at Dot a few weeks ago, little bit. To be honest, I just almost can't stomach talking about Dot, man. Like,
Yeah.
I just remembered from last run, and it did fuck all this run. So it's just funny. I've just been enjoying. I guess lately I've just been enjoying posting about more shit. So I've been kind of getting into my Bitcoin posting. And yesterday, like for instance, yesterday it was that double top post that got me 26 yaps. So
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying earning yaps from just talking BTC, but obviously I'm not. If I'm not top 100 or top 500 mind share on the PTGE, I'm not going to get that little creamy extra. So I should probably start to go after it a little bit, because obviously I'm just farming yaps at the moment, but I could be farming those tokens as well on top of the yaps.
What about abstract? I can't see it on my list here.
On the pre-TGE? Oh, they'd be free. I mean, they'd be post. Oh, no, they're free. What am I on about? No, that'd be free.
I can see the mind share, but it won't like... How do I find it again? Remember, we had this issue. The website's great, but it's also annoying.
I find the website quite hard.
Like, because you can look it up and look at like who's in it, but for some reason...
Oh, okay, I see. Can we go? Let me just pick one. OpenSea. Will it give me the top 10 for that? If I click?
Guys, if you know how to navigate this website, it does my head in every time.
So you're trying to find a particular project, say like Polkadot, and then find who the top 100 are of those people. Yeah. Let me try to find it. It is a bit of a fucking pain, this site, man. Like, I get it. It's actually not a bad site. I guess they've just got so much information to reflect. This would be a nightmare to build a site to display this, to be honest. So they actually do a fairly good job, I think.
See, like you can come here and Pengu's there, but like I'm not interested in Pengu at this point in time. I'm interested in
the new shit.
In abstract, yeah. Like, but it's not
thinking about that hodler badge, Greenie. Do you reckon there'll be much to that?
Oh, look, you probably do get a bonus. Oh, there's Polkadot over there, but again, it's post TGE. Look, you probably get a little bonus with your airdrop if you're staking, if you're hodling. I'm not hodling anything, right? So if I click it,
I have no badge.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm slowly moving up. Like, I'm slowly moving up the smart.
Almost 800 now. 800 yaps.
Yeah, just shy of 800. Yeah.
Good, man.
But yeah, like I had 500 at first TG at the TG. I think I had around 500. So I'm up 300 in a couple of weeks since we had that.
Yeah, you had a couple of good days. You had one day. Actually, I didn't see the video, but you had one day when you earned. I think I saw a video go up about 89 yaps or something.
Yeah.
What triggered that?
It was the Memecoin post that I said that I think they run it back, and then like everyone commented on it, and then really annoyingly, my punk post, which had even more engagement, like with massive smart following,
900 likes on that post.
Yeah, and like huge retweet, like stats retweeted it, like stuff like that. So, but I don't think it counts because I wasn't verified at that period of time, which is really annoying.
That's a bummer. Yeah, I'm trying to get into this leaderboard thing like you, and it's fucking pain in the ass, man.
Yeah, maybe there is no leaderboard for abstract yet, but it just has mindshare. I don't know.
Gotcha. Okay,
that could be the.
See, yeah, I got no idea, dude. It's quite funny how you can see if someone's a casual, hardcore shitposter, curator, or copy pasta or creative.
But I don't know if you think this is like accurate or not. Let's look at Easy, for example. He's casual or hardcore? Yeah, he's pretty hardcore. Is he a shitposter curator? Yeah, he's a curator.
Yeah.
Is he copy pasta creative? Okay, it's always going to lean more in the copy pasta, I think, based on the algo. Wild or swoosh? Casual or hardcore? Hardcore. Shitposter creative? Medium. Copy pasta? Heavy copy pasta. Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm on this list. I'm not in the top 100. So
yeah, it's a bummer you can't see that for your own self.
I think if you can look at it in some shape or form or something.
I want to know what I am, but I can't. I can find myself.
I found it once on my account. I don't know how I did it, but I did find myself one time on it. This is what I mean. The website's like, it's good, but it's annoying.
Because you just lose where things were. Like, I'm like, how do I find that shit?
Maybe it's back here. No, it's not on this page. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's a bit annoying, but I'd love to see who's high on the abstract. I think if we farm a bit more abstract, like with tweets as well, I think that's not a bad play at all at this point in time. So
are they going to get an abstract allocation?
Ooh, who knows? Maybe. I mean, they might get like a small percentage, 1% or something like that.
Yeah, be interesting. Be interesting.
Yeah, easy. Well, anything else you want to discuss today, Craig? I mean, that was another great show today. We can obviously talk a little bit longer about some things, but market's kind of, it was a little bit red now at the moment. We just had the new daily close, so we'll wait and see what happens, I suppose.
Yeah, the daily's now.
So daily close, not bad, big green candle, but we'll see what happens over the next couple of days. I think we're not out of the woods yet. I think we could go lower. If you look at stocks, you look at gold, they're at all-time highs. Why wouldn't crypto kind of like capitulate at the same time? All those sorts of things. I think that's probably my most my most honest take right now. I think I'm going to farm a bit of abstract, Craig. I reckon tomorrow's live stream, and guys, we are back tomorrow, obviously, but tomorrow I reckon we spend a bit of time on abstract. See if we can farm. Get up. Where are you? So how many? What's your count right now with XP and stuff?
I am. Where am I? I'm XP 9,300. So I'm just about to hit silver. I need 300 points to hit silver.
Okay, and you got how much XP last week? Not a lot.
476.
I mean, it's still a little bit, but you're in what percentage are you in top? Wait, where did it say that? Hold on. Where did it say your reward? It told me yesterday I was top 15%. When you
first go in and it tells you your XP allocation for the week.
Yeah, top 15%. Yeah.
I'm normally top 10. I've been top 10% pretty much every week. I earn about 2,500 a week. This last week I didn't, but that's obviously because of the cyclone. So I didn't even go on abstract at all, really.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised I got nuked or nerfed this week, or last week. How did you get greeny? How did you get your picture different in a display?
Oh, just in your profile down here.
Can you change it now?
Yeah, you can change. So I think, that's actually pretty dope. I'll do that one.
Yeah, the black.
But I think you can't, I think on chain you can change it somewhere.
Yeah, I saw, because I think a few of the guys have done it. Yeah, because I want to change mine because it just doesn't stand out, does it?
No.
Looks shit.
Yeah. So I don't know, like the greeny apps, I don't mind that. Keeps it nice and juicy on there.
Now, chats, I see I've got 2 viewers, and I see Crypto T has 35 viewers. Now, chat, I know I don't have boobs, but I'm horrified. I'm horrified to see she's got 10 times the viewers I do with her headphones on and low cut top. Now, no shade to Crypto T. She puts out some good content, but guys, that's hurting my feelings, Greenie. I think we're going to have to up the quality there, eh?
I think it's so hard though, Craig, because we stream on multiple platforms. Like right now, if I have a look, we got 840 in the chat. I got 700 on Twitter, 16 on YouTube, 1 on Twitch, and I don't even know, 2 on Abstract. So it's like, look, these people probably are only streaming on Abstract, whereas we put content across all the socials. So it's like, it's a tough one. It is a tough one.
Oh, there you are. There. Okay, cool. And you're verified now. Oh, Zach's on there. Zach XBT. He's streaming.
Is that actually Zach XBT, or is that just some random?
Yeah, good question. I don't know. He's got a video going with his PFP 3D animation too. So he's custom. That looks like he's. I wonder if he's just farming. Is that just a video play? Oh, it's hard to.
I don't know. Yeah.
Where?
I don't know. This is weird. There's only 4 people watching him, but.
That's me there. I gotta go get myself verified, man. That's horrific.
Yeah, send Finn a DM. Maybe he'll help you out.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, Finn, get me on there. I think I'm gonna buy some.
4 people watching him. Whoa! But yeah, hopefully, like my whole look at this, Craig. I still haven't fixed my old mic, so I'm still waiting to fix my old mic, guys. So I'm literally running the old Rode that I use for travel. So this is my mic right now. So
yeah, that's niggly.
Can't wait to run it back, guys. But yeah, the USB-C port, no good.
That sucks. So you're gonna have to get this big fat connection here.
The big old this one on the back. I'll have to run that and then buy a new audio interface and everything. Yeah, bit annoying.
Yeah, it's niggly, dude. Was that just from your move it broke?
Yeah. I think I accidentally left the cord in, and I think it must have wiggled in the car. Yeah, and broken it a bit. So yeah, a bit annoying.
Yeah, hey, did you see the Bitcoin Wizards mint?
Yeah,
is it 0.2 Bitcoin?
Let's finish with that. Hold on, let me bring it up because I shared in GTG.
That's fucking ludicrous,
dude. That's so much money. Like, sure, it's like one of the biggest, what do you call it? NFT
law, yeah, but that just feels a bit extracty, man.
So extractive.
Like, I'm a big fan. I love the law of this, and this kind of just hurts a bit seeing that because I just feel like a lot of people are struggling in the market right now, and I don't know, dude. Just feels like Quantum Cats 2.0.
But these dumped after the announcement. And apparently, like Whale says here, that you can get if you hold 2 Quantum Cats, one with dead and one with a live trait, you get to mint for 0.1 BTC. Or you can bid during the public Dutch auction. So has this already been, the quota's too full or something? Is that why they dumped? I don't know. Because they're at 0.2 and now they're at 0.14. So I actually, honestly, Craig, I prefer Quantum Cats art than, like, these are kind of dope. I actually really like these sort of arts.
Yeah, I actually like them too.
Compared to this, like, I get the law. I get the law, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that, you know.
What have we become, man? How much is that in Australian dollars to mint? 0.2.
So 0.2 BTC right now. Hold on, let me go have a look.
Ridiculous.
0.2 is in Australian dollars, 27,000 Australian dollars to mint one of these bad boys.
Rock it out. I reckon that's great value, Greenie. I can say that cowboy hat one's that's a great crate. No, look, not would I use it as my PFP? Maybe, but the problem I find with them is they all look the same.
Yeah, I agree. Not much differentiation.
So if I did use it as a PFP, you wouldn't really be able to tell me from anyone else. Like they just look. I mean, I know you could say yes, there's subtleties, but
do you think?
Maybe there's heaps of it. Maybe they have mixed it up. I haven't seen the art, but I just found that they all look the same. And I mean, actually, they do make me. Is that them here?
Yeah, that's it. Here we go, guys. Here we go.
I mean, that's stunning art, Greenie. Look at that. It looks like a bishop or something. Like,
yeah, they remind me of puppets a lot, to be honest.
They do, and I don't hate that. I prefer puppets a lot to that, though.
Yeah.
I found puppets quite funny, but these wizards they kind of make me laugh because of the ridiculousness of it. But I don't think I'm a buyer at 0.2 Bitcoin, dude.
Nah, I don't think I am, Craig.
I'd rather see a dump. You know, I'd rather do what Puppet did, mint out for hardly any money, get no traction for a while, and then slowly a community forms around it, and then it sends. That's how a community should form. A high mint price is so limiting, and it just basically what's going to happen is the same people that minted the Quantum Cats are going to mint these, and
exactly.
And these aren't going to fall into the hands of normal people, and
it's a really bad time to launch. Not gonna lie.
Right? Why did they wait? Why didn't they? Yeah. Anyway,
look at these floor prices. OMBs, Craig. What? They're down at 0.027 B. Oh my god! I haven't even looked at ordinals in that long. Holy!
I didn't even know it was down to that. Whoa.
Dude, honestly, at these sort of prices, it's maybe worth just buying one of each: a Node Monkey, a Puppet, and an OMB.
I agree. I'm starting to get tempted just because I think these do get another run. But the issue is I think they may only get one.
Oh, actually, sorry. OMB increase their supply and have all this. Like, I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of that.
Oh, that is yeah. No, I get you. Yeah, I
Sure. I think the art's sick. I just like that's just not PFP sort of stuff, right?
Some of them could be, but some are just too messy for a PFP for me. Like all those circles and shit. There are some cool ones though, but you got to be quite selective. I like minimal.
Yeah,
So
same.
if you could find a minimal one like white with a black background or vice versa, like that
Yeah.
army helmet one, something there where if you put it in a PFP, people can't help but notice it.
Yeah.
I do like some of them. Oh, maybe. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I prefer, I prefer all the previous eyes. Like,
Same. But what's the collection size of the one you were in before?
does it tell me how many there are here?
Is it 10?
Yeah, here you go. So these are 3,755. Orange eyes are 3,100. Green eyes are 1,900. And then you're pushing up into red and blue eyes, which are like heavy. But this is what I mean. This is what reminds me of OMBs, like these, like clean art, like the differentiated colored eyes. That's sick. Like this, I get around this sort of art, right? Not really the black. I'm not a fan of this. Not a fan of
that. Yeah. It's a lot darker.
Way too busy. I think it's sick. Don't get me wrong. It's way too busy for a PFP. Way too busy.
Agreed. You've got to be so selective. There are some really cool ones if you find them, but I think they probably got scooped up. The cheap ones would have got scooped up. Puppets are so low. I don't know though. I'm kind of I don't know. I think these, I think the good collections probably get one more bounce on Bitcoin. But it just depends on your risk tolerance and do you want to be fucking around with JPEGs?
Yeah.
But in saying that, if you wanna get a cool PFP to run up from a business point of view, or just grow your follower base like you did with punks, and if you wanted to get into a node monkey or you wanted to get a puppet and get into the ecosystem and kind of get noticed, probably not a bad time. I mean, my entry on puppets from memory was the price they're at now.
Yeah, same. Literally, 0.04 is when I bought 3 Bitcoin puppets way back at the start of 2024, Craig.
Same. So it might be time to make a video and say we're back to my entry. Oh my God. How long ago was that, Greenie? Was that 2 years ago?
Yeah, it's the start of 2024. Hold on, let me zoom out. Hold on.
Okay, year and a bit. Yeah, because I don't even know when this was. They got to 0.4, didn't they, Floor?
Why is this not showing me history? Yeah, no, they got to 0.6, Craig.
Yeah, Magic Eden has a problem with refresh and going back. It sucks, dude.
Oh my God. Where else can I look for ordinals? Audi chart? Hold on. Man, it is a long time since I've looked at some of these these websites. Yeah. Oh, okay. Audi chart doesn't work. No, here we go. Man, this is glitchy. This is old school sort of stuff. Let's go to the daily. No, is it going to let me go to the daily? No. Is it only let me go on the hourly? Oh my God. Anyways, they were 0.6, Craig. They ran up to 0.6 way back in the day.
0.6?
Yeah. Oh. What if we go analytics, activity? No. No, they got rid of it. Yeah. Dude, I'm not a fan of the platform. Oh, here we go. You can turn off trading view. Yeah, this is one. Let's go. Surely this show. Here we go. There we go. It's in USD. How do I turn off USD now? There. Yeah. So, so I thought they got to point. Yeah. So some of them sold about point. Yeah, there you go. 0.47, Craig, is where we got to. You bought down here at like 0.2, I think from memory, and I got in about here at 0.35, 0.4. Way back. Oh, hold on, I'm not on the right website. Here you go.
0.0.
So, yeah, you got here, and I was in here, and then I sold my first one at 0.12, like around here. I sold my second one at 0.2. I think it was like in this dip here. I was like, oh yeah, I'll jump out at 0.2, and then I sold my last one about in this region here, and then they went crazy. I was like, God damn, I could have made like 1.5 Bitcoin if I'd hold all 3, but hey, look, I still made like 0.6 or 0.5 Bitcoin. I was like, look, that's a lot of money at the time. It was like 50 grand or something like that. So
ordinals were so good for a while, eh? That was that was the easiest way to make Bitcoin in my whole life. Can we please have another ordinal run? Because I love stacking Bitcoin, dude. It was the best, man. I love selling into it. And the numbers when Bitcoin moves with NFTs, the difference between 0.1 and 0.2 in Bitcoin is fucking massive. Like when you
20
get a
grand.
double in price, I was like, wow, I just made $8,000. Like,
Yeah,
like,
it's
what
just
the
like,
fuck?
whoa. It's just like, oh, we just doubled from 0.01 to 0.03. Oh my God, it's a 3x. And holy, that's like
It's way, it's just so much
Yeah.
different to ETH in the calculation.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
can we, guys, chat? Can we please start buying ordinals again? Because I would love to milk this cow one last. Give me one more go, Greenie. Give me one more go to ordinals. Just one more. I deserve it. One more heist, guys, and then I'll never. I'll leave forever. No, I'm lying. I'm not leaving, but.
Do you still own some or not?
Yeah, man, I've still got my 2 that I'm underwater by 0.06 each. So I'm 0.12 underwater on my 2. I've still got it. I've still got my MOG and I've got my fuck, I don't know, man. Look, if it ends up getting bad enough, man, I'm gonna put my honorary up for auction, eh? Jokes.
Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, guys, does anyone want to buy my honorary for a Bitcoin? I'll sell it to you. No, probably. I don't know if I can do that because I'll get fucking annihilated on the timeline, man. My exit strategy when I leave the space forever. If you ever see me sell my honorary, man, you know I'm leaving because puppets will annihilate my credibility, bro. In fact, I can just never sell that. I can't. It's
no, you probably can't. Have people sold theirs?
Yes. Do you know that dude from Wu-Tang sold his?
What's it? What's the collection called?
I think it's honorary. I think it's puppet honorary or something like that.
Oh my God, so many. Why is it like not showing me total volume? Maybe this is just not a lot. Yeah, maybe this is it here. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, that's it. So Blue sold his for like 0.1 or something, man. Fucking dirty dog. What was it? 0.05?
0.05, way back 7 months ago.
Then
Ansem sold his. Oh my God.
Did Ansem sell his?
Did Bunny? Is this Bunny's? Oh my God. Bunny sold his for 0.35.
Yeah.
I don't know who Ritzy is, but.
Yeah, and Ghostface Killer. What did he sell his for?
He sold his for 1.1, and then the guy who bought it sold it for a 0.6 BTC loss.
Oh, I know, bro. I know. But what retard bought it for 1 Bitcoin?
And what idiot bought it for 0.4 Bitcoins?
And the thing is, what I find confusing is why would you buy an honorary of someone else?
Yeah, makes no sense.
Although there's me. The pizza. I love mine, bro. It's dope. And it's got my little boy on the front in the pocket, so I don't think I can sell it.
No, dude, that's such a clean thing they got for free. And I mean, like, Deez is so renowned for his as well.
Yeah,
like,
it's just I kind of feel Bunny should have kept his, bro. Bunny should have run his instead of his Bored Ape. Bunny, get rid of your Bored Ape, bro. Fuck's sake, the puppet's way better. But I think he likes engagement from saying I could have sold it a milli on the wrist and all that shit, man.
Yeah.
But I can't talk. I've run NFTs down to zero, Bunny, so no shame, man. I fucking get it. Hey, is just before we go, is Other Side going proper live in June?
Is it?
Speaking of NFTs that I haven't sold, I thought about this yesterday when you asked me that question. I forgot I have this. I still have a HVTML, whatever the fuck it's called.
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
Little mech thing, but I've got an Other Side deed still.
Really? When did you get this?
The Other Side deed?
Yeah.
Had it for.
Did you mint it or buy it or what?
I bought it on secondary for about an ETH or something. 2 years ago.
What's it worth now?
Probably 1/10 of what I paid.
Yeah.
I haven't even looked, man. I don't know what Other Side deeds going for chat. Someone shout out. What's floor? It's probably so cheap. It's dust, I'm going to guess. But I heard they might be going permanently. I don't know if it's permanently live or what the word is in June. So
I literally put a tweet out earlier. Is the metaverse going to?
That. It's a good tweet. When's Sandbox coming back, man?
Yeah. Dude, I made so much money on that last cycle. It was like a 5x within a week. It was crazy. It was
the metaverse meta of 21 was so good.
And a few people said, it's kind of like
loot boxes. Do you remember those?
Yeah,
bro.
It's crazy to look at some of those charts. Like, hold on, let's look at these. I
think loot boxes were 10 grand US each, and it was basically a black picture with text saying what your character would have, like axe, belt, shoes.
Unbelievable.
What the fuck? I remember considering buying them, and I remember I had a short list of loot I was going to buy. Thank God I didn't buy it.
Hold on, let's have a look. So Sandbox went from 0.8. I was invested in 0.8 to $8. So it was what, like a 10x in the space of like less than a week. Look at that. Oh no, that was over the course of a month. So it was over the course of a month. It did a 10x. It was crazy.
That was and it was Decentraland, which I think was and there was that Mana, MANA. Yeah, Mana.
Yeah.
And there was Engine.
This is what I mean. Like, this is what like people are like, oh, when's altcoin season? I don't know if it comes. Like if meme coins are saturated, exit liquidity, like rotation, like blah 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 blah. Airdrops.
That's what it used to look like, guys. That's what it used to look like. That's what alts, and pretty much that's what they all used to do.
Yeah. So this did about a 9x over the same period. Do you remember the Becca one? What was the horse racing Becca one?
D-race. Yeah, I do, bro. I do. And I almost bought the horses.
Was it D-race?
Yeah, yeah. I think it was D-race.
I can't find the token though.
Something race.
I made so much money on this.
I never got into it.
It
looked kind of cool. But I don't know if it ended up being a nothing burger. But
it would have been a nothing burger. But
people were trading the horses, weren't they?
Yeah.
The NFTs. You could buy the NFTs.
This is another one that went crazy last night. Look at this. I remember I was in this as well, Wilder World, because it was a metaverse as well. Look at that, 7x over the same period.
That's what Euphoria looks like, chat, by the way. If you haven't experienced Euphoria yet, that chart there, the tippy top of that. And that's why I feel like we may not have topped yet, because I don't feel like we've had Euphoria like that yet.
But maybe it's different. Hey, like that's it.
Maybe this time. I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope not, because I was thinking about this yesterday after we got off stream, and I was like, if the Euphoria we felt this run was the top of it, I'm like, damn it, I don't feel like I got a good enough hit, man.
No.
Ordinal Euphoria was pretty good. That felt pretty good, but I don't feel like I've had I feel like I've had a bit of Euphoria in Bitcoin. And maybe in Soul, but not. I haven't shouted. I haven't screamed at the top of my lungs. I'm a fucking legend yet in my backyard.
Look at Illuvium, Craig. It went from
Illuvium. Was that $1,000 a coin at one point?
It went from $35 to $1,700.
Yeah, bro. I know a guy who's top lasting at $1,700 then got wrecked. He was buying at $1,700. I was like, "You're fucking nuts!" And he was like, "Nah, man, this metaverse stuff's going fucking wild." And no, and it didn't.
And then it just went to. I'm trying to find. Oh wow, Shrapnel's down at 7 mil. Heck,
wow. I used to have that.
Phantasma, Craig. I remember trading that as well.
UFO,
DeFi. I'm trying to find this D-Race one, but I can't compete. I remember that as well. Holy. I've not looked at these sort of tokens in such a long time.
Who was big into gaming tokens? It was Ilio Trades as well, eh?
Yeah. Player 3 Games Bull. That was supposedly supposed to be the next biggest thing. Nope. Never came out of anything. I can't find this D-Race one. I swear it was called D-Race.
Did they have a token?
Yeah, they did, because I made money on it. It was on BNB. Maybe they got rid of it, or it's gone to zero.
Moonray ran up hard as well.
Yeah, and what was that? The Altura one? I bought some random penguin on on like Cardona last cycle. I have no idea where, or I don't even know how to gain access to it.
Who was shilling Altura? Was this Becca as well?
This was Becca as well. Look at this. Look at this pump. He's a pump and dumper, bro. He's not good for the space. Not good for the space. The dude blocked me because I called him out multiple times in his comments.
I didn't realize how bad he was. Last bull run, I used to follow him and do it right. Sometimes I get wrecked most of the time.
Yeah, but if you were early to his alpha, you're just playing on his exit liquidity.
Yeah. And then I realized this run, I was like, man, this dude's diabolical. He does put out the odd, pretty good video.
Yeah.
Entertainment wise, I like it for entertainment, but I don't know if I'd take his. I don't think he's from the little I've watched him D-Race, the little I've watched him this run, I don't think he's had his finger on the pulse at all.
No, he's been so off the mark because he's invested in this other stuff. He's trying to pump and dump it, and it's just not the same, mate. It's just not the same. And then as soon as Memecoins topped, he's like, I want to launch my own Memecoin. Like, he's an idiot.
Did he launch his Memecoin?
I don't know. I don't follow him, so I don't know. He blocked me. because I called him out.
Yeah, I think you might have got screenshots of him, didn't you, before he deleted the post?
Yeah. And he would do that. He would post and then delete stuff.
Yeah,
dude, it's like crime. Like he's bad at crime, bro. He's bad at crime.
Yeah, and what I find funny is when he gets on his video and he calls everyone else out for doing it. It's like, motherfucker, you're like doing it yourself, and you've got to. And the thing is with him, he's got such a big following.
Yeah.
If he calls, I mean, I must admit, if he calls something, it's going to fucking send, but it's only going to send probably for about an hour.
Yeah.
But that's enough talking about Becca. Don't want to give him any more views. I do find him funny. I watch him now and then just to crack up. But
no, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. He's like, yeah, you're going to be an entertainer. He's sitting there with a gun. I'm like, oh, bro.
Was he?
Yeah, on his view. It's just like,
man. Yeah.
Oh man, don't get me wrong. Fantastic business entrepreneur.
He's quite good, I think.
He's made hundreds of millions. Good on him. The crypto, no.
No, he'd be good just putting his money in Bitcoin. If he's got that much money, just swing trade Bitcoin, man, for the rest of your life, and you don't have to work.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're swinging with $1 million swings, man, fucking easy money. You make 500,000.
It was so funny though. He was buying these tokens that were sub $1 million and dropping like 10K, sometimes 50K into them. You could track his wallet, and then he would just dump. As soon as he posted the video, he would dump straight after.
Right away.
Yeah, he would dump like within that period, straight after the fresh video, within the 24. It's crazy. It is so crazy.
Yeah, shucks.
It's like people get angry at like Frank and stuff. He's been doing the same stuff for 5 years. Like it's
you kind of wonder how he's got away from it. I think perhaps because he's not as active on X. I think he went dead again, Greeny. Greeny's camera's overheated, guys, from talking about that Becca stuff. So hopefully he comes back, but he probably has to cool his camera down, legends. Hey, I got 150 in the chat. Thanks everyone for tuning in. And I see Soul Jakey streaming again. I wonder if we're going to have a daily runner, guys. Might be insider trading season. Jakey, what's up, man? I see you. He's got 1,800 people in his chat. Woo-hoo-hoo. But guys, I do not know if Sir Greeny will come back here. So we might have to call it a day. Can't hear him. Can't see him.
I have no idea what's happening. The camera must be bugged as well. I don't know. That's annoying. They're expensive.
Okay, I'm going to get one of those. What was that, about $1,000, that camera?
It's like 1,200. It must be like overheating or something, I'm going to say. I need to change the settings. I think I need to change the settings again. Yeah. Anyways, great stream, Craig. Hour and a half. Banging stream, guys. 950 in the chat. Thanks for tuning in. Very much appreciate it.
Not too bad.
Better than yesterday. Consistency.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we're back on tomorrow, aren't we, Greeny? We'll keep these streams consistent. And like I put out that post, I think it's good people like you and me dig in with these streams, especially I messaged you yesterday, when the market's down, I think it's a good time for people like you and me to step up. And that's not to shill bags, maybe just to calm people down and maybe give people that are new to the space a fighting chance in a market that can be quite tough, quite choppy, and quite hard to navigate when you've got people on the timeline screaming, it's over, it's over.
Yeah, very well said. Yeah, and as always, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. And it's a great time to learn, great time to explore abstract tomorrow, I reckon. I'll try to fix my camera. I'm not sure what's going on. So weird. As always, thanks for being here. Sub to the channel, like the video. Craig's Coin Plus, Greenish Trades. See you all tomorrow. Have a great afternoon. Thanks again, Craig, for a banging show.
Thank you, Greeny. Thank you, everyone. We'll catch you tomorrow, and stay strong.
Now it's blurry, dude. What is going on? Now it's blurry. Weird. All right, as always, see you guys. See you in the next one. Cheers.